Top of it, top of it, top of it. Kodak Black arrested for felony drug trafficking, y'all. Kodak Black has just been arrested this morning for felony drug trafficking, y'all. But hey, man, don't listen to me. Hey, listen to this page. But before I get into this video, guys, hey, man, decide if you want to like the channel or subscribe or hit the notification bell, guys. I like to get straight to it. I like to get straight to the point. Now, your boy Kodak Black, prominent rapper, you already know who Kodak Black is. Now, he already beat the odds by paying for that. He paid for that pardon. Can you dig it? They wasn't just giving him out just because. So he already got a pardon out of federal court. But your boy Kodak Black has been arrested on an arrest warrant for an arrest warrant for felony drug trafficking. But I need y'all to stay to the end because it's a real twist to this story because, as you know, guys, I am ex-law enforcement, man. Give me that real game. So here's the thing. Bill Capri, a.k.a. Kodak Black, man, this stuff happened months ago. And this is why I tell you guys to stay off your social media and stay off posting stuff. Stop posting things you shouldn't be posting. So Kodak Black basically was off chilling in the cut. He got two of his cars that's not registered in his name because I'm going to tell you something, guys. He's going to beat that case. He's going to beat this case, and you're going to see why at the end of this video, people. So Kodak Black, none of these cars are registered to his name. So the police came up, and they smelt 420, y'all. And when the police smell 420, that, in some states, gives you a reasonable suspicion or probable cause to do what? Search that vehicle. Now, I live in Las Vegas where 420 is legal out here. It's recreational. You can have up to 1 ounce, on you at one time. You dig? But he's in Florida, and that stuff is illegal. So that gave him probable cause to check the car. Now, the officer finds a bag of a powdery white substance next to some pink, some scissors and some gloves. And they place him under arrest. Now, here's the thing with this arrest, y'all, because I'm going to show y'all some video, and I'm going to break down some case law for y'all. Here's the problem. What the officer did was he arrested Kodak Black based upon his Instagram. He went on Kodak Black Instagram and started looking through pictures, and he saw these same scissors and these same gloves on Kodak Black's Instagram. So what he did was assume that this substance was Kodak Black. And so now, and another thing where the officer messed up is when he originally NIC tested. A NIC test is a drug test when you test the narcotics at the scene. And they have a copy of it. You drop it up in a little plastic thing and shake it up, and they tell you what it is. The officer initially said that Kodak Black had 27 grams of that booger sugar, right? Now, 28 grams is trafficking in Florida. But check this out, y'all. This is federal because it was all over the internet. And this is why I tell y'all to stop posting stuff. But when he got to jail, he tested the substance and he says that it was MDMA. Now, if you don't know what MDMA is, it's ecstasy, y'all. So I'm going to tell you something. Let me be the first one to tell you, we're not going to drag Kodak Black, y'all. We're not going to drag Kodak Black because this is what you call fruits of the poisonous tree. Anything obtained by an illegal search gets thrown out. Now, the fact that the feds picked this up, hey, man, it might be more to the story that they're not telling you because the U.S. Marshals don't waste time trying to go pick you up. And in his case, Kodak Black surrendered himself. But the feds don't waste time with you, man. Once they get you, they got you. But I want y'all to put in the comments below if y'all think Donald Trump is going to give Kodak Black another pardon while y'all watch this video and y'all come back. Here we go.
All right, good afternoon, sir. If you can just tell me your name and your date of birth. All right, date of birth.
June 11, 1997.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Capri, you are here for your initial appearance. You were arrested pursuant to an arrest warrant, so probable cause was previously determined by Judge Murphy. We are here for purposes of today for determining your bond and as well as conditions of bond. Before we do that, is there
Listen up close, guys.
That the defense wishes to add?
I do, Judge. I just want to point out a couple things with the arrest and the affidavit for arrest. I know that PC has already been found.
Yes, sir.
Generally speaking, I always like to make the court aware of the strength or weakness of the case because I think that goes towards the bond. In this case, Judge, this happened in November. Oh, before I get to that, we also self-surrendered for the court's edification. We self-surrendered. He was in California. I had him fly back specifically for this case. I was notified by the U.S. Marshal Service and given the opportunity to surrender him. U.S. Marshal Service was beyond professional in this case, just for the record. But if you read the affidavit that is attached to the warrant, Judge, essentially what happened here was there was two vehicles.
Yes, sir.
Neither of the vehicles are registered to Mr. Capri personally. An officer approaches the vehicles. One vehicle, he says, smells like marijuana. He searches that vehicle, finds something in that vehicle that is unrelated to Mr. Capri. The second vehicle, and he doesn't even see Mr. Capri on the scene at this point. The second vehicle, they then inspect. There's one person in that vehicle. There's two bags next to that person, both in the passenger side of the vehicle. One bag has drugs in it and some other items. The other bag has what he initially says, and he doesn't put this in his affidavit, he initially says that he tests it, and it tests as 27 grams of cocaine, which is just under the trafficking amount of 28 grams. When he then sends it in, allegedly, it becomes MDMA. So I also have his original report that says when he originally tested it, it tested as cocaine. Inside that bag, there's some items that he says belong to Mr. Capri, an identification and some paperwork. He then sends things off to get printed. None of the things in that bag come back to Mr. Capri as his fingerprints. I think there were several latent prints taken off. None of them match Mr. Capri. At that point, then Mr. Capri approaches the officer and is now on the scene, was not in the vehicle, and doesn't make any admission that the bag is his or anything like that. The officer then goes one step further and goes on Mr. Capri's Instagram, and on one picture in his Instagram, there's a picture of him standing next to a bag that looks like the bag that was in the car. Now, I know PC was already found, so I'm not going to argue PC, but it's really screaming at me, but I won't argue it. But, I mean, the case law on this is so very clear, and I use two very, very, I think, esteemed cases. One of them is Edmond v. State, and the other one is McCrae v. State. And I'm just going to be very brief on it.
Right, so let me ask you this before we get into the case.
Yes.
One, has a copy been given to the state?
I'll give her a copy, I'm sorry.
Because certainly last thing we want to do is have a hearing by ambush.
I use these in a lot of the construction possession cases. So the Edmond case is kind of an amazing case. The police raid a house on a warrant. The guy's hiding in the closet with wet cocaine next to him in a hole that his head is within 1 foot of the hole. On the stove is cooking cocaine. Next to the stove is his ID and some paperwork. In a bedroom in the house is more paperwork that belongs to him. The court found that's still not enough for constructive possession. It's kind of an amazing case, and I'll give you the exact site for it, but it's Edmond v. State, and the state has a copy of it. The other one is McCrae. In McCrae, they're pulling a guy over. They pull him over, he jumps out of the car and makes a run for it. As he's running, the officer sees that he's playing with his waistband and makes a throwing motion. He puts him down on the ground, arrests him, and tells the other cop, hey, go back and see what he threw. They find a baggie of cocaine, no fingerprints on it. They print it, no fingerprints on it. And the court says, that's not enough for constructive possession. Those cases are so much closer to constructive possession than this case. And I would just ask the court, in considering a bond, to look at the case, to look at the affidavit that's with the case. And I understand that the typical bond on this is $50,000. I'm asking for a $10,000 bond. I on my way here on the train, I was typing up a motion to dismiss. It's just there is not enough here.
Right, and I'll stop you there. I mean, obviously, you know that the motion to dismiss is for another day. We're here for the sole purpose of determining bond and conditions of bond. Your client,
and I appreciate, Judge. And I don't know.
I've got the sites for you, Your Honor.
Oh.
Edmond versus State is 963, Southern 2nd, 344, 2007 case, 4th DPA, and the McCrae versus State.
Well, see, guys, we're not going to get into all this case law, man. We're not going to get into all this case law, people. The thing is, Kodak Black has been hit with constructive possession. Now, what's constructive possession, y'all want to know? Like I said, man, Coach Onestack used to be in law enforcement. Can you dig? For quite some time. So constructive possession is, let me give you guys an example. So this is why you don't get in everybody's car. So constructive possession is, you got two people in the car, right? You get stopped by the police. It has something that's illegal in the back seat, in the middle of the seat, in the very back seat. Constructive possession is, the police saying, well, you didn't actually have it on your body, but it was in reach of you, or something that you owned, or you possessed it because these are your items next to it. So this had to be yours because your ID is next to it. Your gym bag is next to it. You got some Jordans, something that you shouldn't have, and then your gym bag. That's what constructive possession is, that you really don't have it on your person, but they're trying to say it's you. Normally, when you get stopped in the car with other people, they will normally charge everybody with constructive possession. And what happens is one of y'all dummies will sit out here and say, man, you know what? I'll take the charge. And that's what happens, because at the end of the day, the police really don't even care who takes the charge. But in Kodak Black case, y'all, in Kodak Black case, he's a rapper, he's black, they don't want him making this money. So y'all need to tell me in the comments if y'all think Kodak Black is getting a raw deal. I believe that Kodak Black is going to beat this case. He's going to go free. The bond is hella low. And hey, man, Trump won't have to give him another pardon. But hey, man, like and subscribe to the channel, man. And y'all let me know if you think Kodak Black is going to beat this, and if Kodak Black really did possess that MDMA, which is that ecstasy, y'all, that Diddy used to use. But you know the rest, people. Be blessed. Don't ever get stressed. Make sure you never get finessed and get plenty of rest. And stop having constructive possessions like Kodak Black should have. Church.